Hello and welcome, I'm your host, Nux. So, a lot of you have been asking me for an honest anime trailer on Bleach. The issue is there is already an honest anime trailer for Bleach on YouTube, so I haven't been so excited to actually make one. I did start writing it before the original honest trailer came out, so I do have some stuff here. I'm not gonna waste it, of course. So, now, I'm going to make a video. Everything that's wrong with Bleach. I decided to do it more CinemaSin style, except they're not gonna be nitpicking every freaking detail, so it won't take, 4,800 minutes or less. Well, less. Let me know what you think after I'm done. Why is the series called Bleach? Naruto, the protagonist is Naruto. One Piece, they're searching for the One Piece. Fairy Tail, it's the name of their guild. Maybe they're doing it because they lose so much blood they're gonna have to use a load of bleach to get rid of the blood stains. But I'm not buying that. Speaking of, how the hell do they have so much blood? You say there are 10 pints in the human body. Well, this guy has 10 pints coming over his shoulder right now. Speaking of, notice how they always get slashed on both shoulders, then chest shallowly to avoid vital organs. And of course, there's lots of time to get cut up as each fight lasts about a dozen episodes. Especially where half of each episode is a recap of the last episode, where they talk about how strong they are more than they freaking prove it. When they finally do fight, they use Flash Step, an awesome technique which teleports them around. Literally the lowest budget attack in anime. It's cool, they can even stand on air, but somehow they manage to fall through when that's required. Epic sword fights, with one sword weirder and more awesome than the last. But there is a freaking limit. One of you guys has no chance of winning, and to win they have to use this ultimate power-up. They always freaking sacrifice all their powers for a mega momentary boost. Somehow everyone has the ability to lose their powers forever to get really strong for a minute. They all also manage to get them back, impossibly, and be stronger than before. Ichigo, the protagonist, has no drive, unlike every other shonen protagonist, wandering from arc to arc. The only reason why he actually fights is because a different pair of boobs were captured every season. Sexist. Every protagonist has friends, and with the power of friendship, yada yada. Yet, Bleach has none of that, which is great. But it has the opposite. All of his friends are useless and don't beat a single, even semi-important foe. Chad is a 35-year-old massive Mexican high school student who literally beat one not really important guy the entire series. Orihime, although she has retarded, barely explained powers that can reverse time, which she uses for nothing even though she said she could, she somehow doesn't. She also contributed more with sheer chest mass and her secret damsel in distress ability. Remember Uryu, the guy who was originally going to be Ichigo's rival, but was way weaker? Who lost his powers for good to delay the inevitable, yet managed to get them back and possibly allowing him to shoot 150 gajillion arrows a second, only to still be way weaker than Ichigo, and then lose his only decent fight against a decent foe to gay organ dude? Con, a more pointless and perverted stuffed lion than in Camphor. If you get the reference, congrats, but you're weird. Who manages to become the protagonist in history's worst filler superhero arc that made School Days seem like a good action romance fantasy. The filler arcs. A villain so smart, he planned out Ichigo's whole life, calculating each opponent that'll get Ichigo to the strongest he can be, only to be beaten by him. In other words, Aizen was beaten by his own strategy. Speaking of strategies, he's going to fight the Full Force Soul Society. When he attacked Karakura Town, he should have taken the 100 or so Arankars he made to assure victory, leaving Ichigo and his friends in Hueco Mundo with no way out, instead of sacrificing 9/10 of the Arankars and 70% of his espada for nothing. Luckily for him, though, the Soul Society was equally stupid, sending to Hueco Mundo half of their captains. So, it sort of evened out. Fall out, damn it! What happened to the Keto Corps in this, little battle to become God / destroy the world? One cannot physically drown in boobs. However, more research is required. Series does not contain a lap dance. All the power levels and consistencies are bogus. For example, Rukia, for all intents and purposes, loses to a regular Hollow in episode 1, claims Menos is mega powerful a few episodes later, and the whole city goes on alert then. Without improvement, Rukia takes down zillions of Menoses 200 episodes later. Another example, Ichigo beats Kenpachi without his Bankai. Ichigo loses to Inuitora with his Bankai and Hollow form before Inuitora even used his sword power, whatever they're called, for Arankars. Then Kenpachi beat Inuitora without having improvement since his fight with Ichigo, and so on. So my sin count for Bleach was 30. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. Have yourself a great evening, and I will see you all next time. Please let me know if you want more of these Everything Wrong with That series, or whatever, and if you do, please let me know which series you want to see it on. I don't know if it'll be a thing. I just wanted to do it on Bleach to let you know that, guys, I do see all of your zillions of comments, and I apologize that I didn't do an honest trailer on it, even though I said I might. However, I did this instead, so don't feel that bad. And with that, I'll see you next time.